Alright guys, welcome back to the segment. I hope you are having a good time. So some more interesting stories of course as usual, and I'm here to let you know about them. If you notice, you would see that the channel name has been changed to Niger Foot TV. Previously Football Stories. And then the logo as well has been changed, and the channel banner of course has been changed a little bit to portray the updates that I usually bring on this channel. So it's still the same channel, it's still the same updates about the Nigerian team. So I just wanted to let you guys know so that you would not think that maybe it's a brand new channel that you didn't subscribe to or that you knew nothing about. So it's the same channel, Football Story, now Nigeria Foot TV. So thank you for joining again. Let me let you know the updates that are currently happening right now. And there's been a boost for the Nigerian Flying Eagles right now in their Waffle B competition that they are currently playing in Togo. Of course, you know that their first game, they actually lost against Burkina Faso. That game ended in a 1-0 defeat of Nigeria. But the results yesterday from Burkina Faso versus Ivory Coast, which saw Ivory Coast win 1-0 with a 10-man for that game, has actually given us a new hope for qualifying from that group. Because right now Ivory Coast with 3 points, Burkina Faso also with 3 points, and then we have 0 point as it stands, but we have a chance to play against Ivory Coast right now. That game is coming up later on Thursday by 4 p.m. Nigerian time. So if we get a victory in that game, it will now bring us to 3 points tie with these two teams, in our group. And of course, we have to get a victory over Ivory Coast on Thursday to stand a chance to qualify. In fact, we need to get more than 1-0 victory. If we get 1-0 victory, then it will mean that we would there would still be a draw made between these three teams because uh, all of the victories, came with a 1-0 lead. And assuming we go on and get a 1-0 lead, 1-0 victory over Ivory Coast, then it would be a tie in terms of goal and points. So there would be a draw, and that draw would be very tricky. To be lucky, for anyone to qualify. But to be on a safe side, we need to win with at least 2-0 to qualify outrightly. 2-1 is also a good scoreline for you to qualify outrightly. But we have to win. Anything less than a win, if we draw or lose the game, we're out of the Waffle B competition. And you know what that means? It means that we've effectively been disqualified from the 2025 African Cup of Nations for the under 20 category. So a victory is very needed for we to progress, into the next level. And speaking of the team, they had a really intense training over the last 24 hours, and it was a very, very optimistic faces, that we saw in this training. The boys trained with the belief that they could actually get back to winning ways, after that defeat by Burkina Faso. Their training went on at the Stadio de Omnisports training ground that's located in Lomé, Togo. And as I said, their match is coming up on Thursday, which is next tomorrow, 4 p.m. Nigerian time, and more updates is going to be unraveling regarding that one. But moving away from the gist, guys, let's talk about Victor Boniface, who recently had a setback, with the accident. But the good news right now is that this man has returned back to the Bayern Leverkusen training ground, and it looks like he might be ready to make an appearance for Bayern Leverkusen in their Champions League game that they have tomorrow, against Brest. But it still all depends with head coach Xabi Alonso and what his decision is for the young man. But it looks like Alonso sent him away, from the updates. Alonso kind of sent him away from the training and told him to take a couple of breather. He didn't exactly join the training for the preparation of the Champions League game, but the man was willing, to be involved in it because he feels fine, according to him. But Alonso seems like he may not allow him to play this midweek, and is probably going to come back in the weekend with their league game. But it's good to see it's good to see the man back again, and feeling really good to play football despite how bad that was for him. But again, moving on to the next gist, let me let you know that two of our players, AINA and AWONIYI, actually uh, saw a very, very slim victory over Crystal Palace in their um, Monday night game yesterday in the EPL. That game was actually a really, really tough encounter. It was just one goal that separated the two teams. The goal coming from Chris Woods in the 65th minute to put Nottingham Forest ahead, and that would go on to be the goal that decides the match. And as usual, we had AINA, who's always a rock solid defender for them. He played in that game for 90 minutes, kept a clean sheet, and was very influential throughout the game. And then another of our guy, Taiwo Awoniyi, made an appearance in the second half, only playing for 6 minutes of the game, and also did considerably well for the amount of minutes that he played. Great victory for them, and that means they've now been able to push themselves a little up the table to 8th position. They've now beaten the top 10 mark right now, and it's just so nice to see. And then moving away from that gist, we also have the likes of Wilfred Ndidi, who has now uh, reached a new milestone in the EPL as being one of 10 players who have crossed, one of 9 players, who have crossed the 200 mark English Premier League appearances, for Nigerian professional football players, Nigerian international players, as Super Eagles players. His appearance over the weekend at least saw him reach his 200 games for Leicester City, in the EPL. The previous guys who had the most appearances for Nigerian players are Shola Amoebi with 298 appearances, the Newcastle legend. Then we have Kanu Nwankwo, the Arsenal legend, with 273 appearances. And we have Alex Iwobi with 261 appearances, played for different clubs, Arsenal, Everton, Fulham, And we have Yakubu in 4th position with 252 appearances for Everton mostly. Then John Mikel will be for Chelsea with 249 appearances. Joseph Yobo for Everton, 228 appearances. Victor Moses across different clubs, Chelsea, Wigan, and the likes with 220 appearances. Victor Anichebe mostly with Everton with 205 appearances. Then Wilfred Ndidi clocking that 200 over the weekend for Leicester City in the EPL. And then Kelechi Iheanacho had a record of 196 total appearance across Man City and Leicester City. But that's the update, guys. Thanks for sticking around for this one. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like for the video, and stay tuned for more updates.